Jeez. You know that tune is just basically
Put your skills to use somewhere unexpected. Her Majesty's
no,
prisons are
no,
recruiting.
no, 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 no. First of all, that just shows the world that I don't have a ad-free Spotify, but I do have an ad-free YouTube. But Spotify are Her Majesty's, or now His Majesty's, as the recent passing of the Queen in my country. I just want to say hello to Byron. It seems as though His Majesty's prisons are recruiting for prison officers, and there's clearly a pitch for people leaving school or leaving work or leaving university as like a pitch for a recruitment drive, of which I have no interest in sort of picking apart and talking about prisons right now. But before anything, I'm just going to drop this next tune. And since seeing it was a tune I was going to drop anyway, but synchronistically in the Jungian sense, whereby the I was just going to play this 140. It's a 140 beat. I've been. It's funny that you come in the room now, Brian, because like I've literally played no 140 beats. I've been playing rap tunes. I've been playing house tunes. That one was a garage tune. But I've stayed off the 140, and I know you are. You know, you're the person that I've played 140 to the most, even in terms of Clubhouse. But this tune that's coming up is called Play-Doh, and I think it's like spelt slightly differently, but that's like kind of putty that you give to kids, and they make like pink unicorns out like for kids, and there's some chemical industrialized process that that they can put it in their mouths and kids won't die and they don't eat it. It's not food, but it's like kind of like putty for them to like kind of make circles and stars. That's what this tune is called, and it's called Play-Doh. But it's a very cheeky, synth heavy, play. It's a play. It's a play. It's a play song called Play-Doh. But it's got these very kind of poppy, modern, trappy kind of beats to it. But the actual rhythm of the synth is just very sneaky and but it's got the anthemic lead. It's one anthemic lead. That's it. Check it. And the phone starts ringing. And the DJ's singing with the wild style. Come with me, we'll have a night out. Wild style. Come with me, we'll go wild. Go crazy. Go. Rah. Cheeky. And the lead again. Oh. And the phone starts ringing. And the ring starts blinging. The rings that I'm killing with my tin, Lucy Lulu, sipping ginseng. Terrorize mind, terrorize eyes, terrorize beat, terrorize beat, terrorize beat, terrorize beat. Woo. And my head starts biggie, and you see sometimes the word sometimes the word hypnotize me. And I just love you, walk away. It's why they broke you up so late. I said, can you see? Sometimes the worst is the time you had to love your flashy ways and get by the door. Oh yeah, pop with the system, pop my ear in the way, shit, and my fear, and up in the beer, like a ninja with a cold face. Oh, that's called Play-Doh. That's called Play-Doh. Jeez. You know, and this is obviously like this came out. You know, this isn't new. Like this isn't new. This came out post grime. This is a Bristol crew. This is a Bristol crew. You know, this is people talk about grime today, but you know, and grime's not something that I I've totally gone down the rabbit hole on. You know, and you know there was grime as it was interpreted in London, and then there's like kind of grime as it was interpreted, you know, in other places in the UK. God knows, like you know, things like places like Scotland or you know other places, you know, or Milton Keynes or something. But this was like Bristol. This is like this is Bristol. This was like Bristol's, you know, go at grime. And in some sense, it's very like synth heavy, and the gnarliness is totally there. Like this is on the same label. Okay, this is like by someone called Joker, who is known like synth heavy. Synth heavy is a way to put it. Is where or purple kind of dubstep, like purple dubstep. You know, if you talk about purple dubstep, that synth Bristol dubstep. You know, Joker. This is one of the gnarlier tunes he's had, but you know, all his tunes end up going gnarly. But it's called Anamorphic, you know, and this is, you know, if we talk about you know, synth wave, talk about synth wave, you know, that could be an art style, that could be something to latch onto. But if we could talk about, you know, the DeLorean from Back to the Future, if we can talk about you know, here in my car, da 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 da, Gary Newman vibes, and then exploded as if like, again, with a riff. This is a guitar riff, okay? You know, and the explosion is there. And it's like, sometimes the music that we listen to today is not the music of our times. You know, that's a question I think about. I think about that. Again, this isn't today. This is, you know, I don't know, 2017, 16. Check it. One, two, three, four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, not on ya. 1, 2, what? In the door. Right. What I want to say is this has got like the gnarliness. And we go. Okay, and we go. Check it out. Oh my god. And you can just play with the dimensions. Because the producer. Where is So I just want to wish everyone a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. And listening to Gaz-Man, this morning, shout out to you. That is the bulk of the track. That is the bulk of the track. But we then have, just more sound design. So there are we talk about Joker. We talk about purple dubstep. Shout outs to everyone in the room. What we're doing, I'm going to change the pace and change the style, but we talk about that artist Joker, and now his breakthrough tune, which, do you know what? I'm not even 100% sure would actually have been a release, would actually have been a what is considered like an actually imprinted legal release, just because I think the paperwork would have been awkward. But some of you have played the game Metal Gear Solid, or some of you know about Metal Gear Solid, and you know that that was the best game on the PlayStation. And if you've ever heard of PlayStation, you ask anyone about PlayStation, that should be at the top of the list. There's something wrong with you if it's not in your top 5. Now, we're talking about talk about Metal Gear Solid. We're going now to the PlayStation 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3 with, and what the Metal Gear Solid 3 did as their intro, because this was one of the first games that really actually gave that James Bond movie-esque action-like experience on a console, and they had done the game was called Snake Eater, and they'd done an absolutely fantastic, I want to say Fubar's phenomenal job of capturing the James Bond-esque. And there was just this beautiful song called Snake Eater, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eaters, and it's an orchestral, beautiful kind of, it feels like an Octopussy, or it feels like, those just fantastic James Bond songs. Okay, but Joker did a remix of that Snake Eater thing, because it did not have a beat in it. It was just the orchestral. So I'm guessing, unless like the guy from music producer, had done the, I doubt this is an official tune, but oh my god, when you talk about breakthrough tunes, I just want to let you know, this came from a James Bond imitation, okay? But we have the beat. This is perfect. Shout out to DJ SBP.
Dude, I was rapping to that shit on mute, bro.
Fuck. That is Snake Eater. Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. Now, I was ambiguous if anyone in the room, but I can tell by the sound of your voice, DJSB, that you have heard of Metal Gear Solid.
No, I haven't, bro. That's the crazy part.
Oh my god! You must have.
I completed it.
Yeah!
Never, bro.
Did you complete Byron? Did you complete it more than once?
I can't remember. It's been so long, man. It's been a minute. But I remember playing it. That's what I used to do. Just finish games. This is back before.
Yeah, no, I guess in we're a different world, right? Because I remember talking to Byron, bear in mind, this was like for me, like 5 years ago, 7 years ago. I remember talking to like my mate. We're commuting up to London, just talking about, and he was similar age to me, but probably a bit older, like 5 to 7 years older than me. And he's talking about his kid playing video games, and I just like he's like, what he does is he goes to YouTube and figures out the problem. If when we were playing games, if you couldn't figure out how, like, there are people that never got off the first level of Tomb Raider 1 or Tomb Raider 3,
because they couldn't figure it out.
You just had to hope it was you had to hope there was an article in the magazine.
Yeah. This is discrimination, right? Because sometimes I'd be able to get that magazine. My mum would buy it for me, and sometimes, and I think that's a luxury purchase. And I think there's like this. Do you know what I got? I've jiggled my memory, right? I got the episode of the magazine with a Metal Gear Solid 1, walkthrough book. Like, I don't know whether it was the first ever walkthrough book, but now you can buy, like, because people with the games and stuff like that, people buy like the guidebooks to the games that tell them where all the secret Easter eggs are, such that like they're in so difficult places in these mazes, so that's like as part of their just sort of operational strategy. It's like, make as many of these, like, find the treasure hunt things. Like, people just get lost in these games.
Let's keep the music vibe going, Gaz-Man.
Yes. I'm saying, but like, I will get the music vibe going, and I'm like a selector that I just want to bounce my head around the room, and I just come back to this. There are sometimes, as a selector, you need to fight the YouTube algorithms or the AI algorithms or your Spotify algorithms, and sometimes you need to veto them. But this case, it is not one. Even though we've come back to the artist Joy Orbison, and within this electronic music stuff, there's some stuff that can just pass you by, but this one, oh my god, it did not pass me by. Let me tell you, okay. I think it's named after a road. It's called the A213. I live near the A2, so I'm guessing it's the A213, not the A213, but it's the A213. The A213 is the name of the song. It's named it clearly after a British motorway or a freeway for the Americans in the room, or a highway, riding down the highway. Okay. But this is British, so we're riding down the A213. And let me tell you, this is pure groove. Pure, unadulterated groove. Let me tell you, when we talk about groove, baby. Talk about pure groove. Where do we go? Where? We go. A213. 1, 2, 1. For me, I played played some songs earlier, that were just a must-have. I think that one's getting added to the list. That one's getting added to the list, baby. Okay. That was again Joy Orbison. Joy. Joy with the J. Joy. Like you're jumping for joy. I'm jumping for joy. Yes, I'm jumping for Joy Orbison. It's on the motorway, the A213 or the A213. A23. 2. Let's go. I'm going to talk about tunage. Let's get better. Oh.